author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Vulcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And there we go, making sure we're not muted. Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, March 29th, 2021. Last Monday in this whole month of March 2021. Hope you had a great weekend. And whether you're watching us live or on the rerun, we appreciate you being here. Please, like Ted Davies did just now, thank you, my brother Ted, and congratulations on breaking 200 subscribers on your YouTube channel. That is fantastic. Anyway, please share this video. Also, if you're watching us on Facebook, on Kathy Jackson's books, or on the Rising Tide Publications or the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page, please give us a like if you enjoyed any part of this. Love is even better. Just like who did that? Who loved us just now? Just like Nate Phillips did. Nate, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Nate put in a plug for your podcast network, please. All right. We want to get you guys some fresh ears, all right? Anyway, if you're watching us on any of those channels on Facebook, please like this video if you enjoy any part of it. Plus, if you are grateful, and you should be, please like the page that's hosting us, okay? It's kind of a nice way to thank them for being patient with us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up if you enjoy any part of this video. Also, please like and share this video, and please subscribe, because that helps us a lot too. We are 25 people away from hitting 500 subscriptions. And that's a big milestone for us. We really are grateful to everyone who's helped us this far. And the only way we think we can help other people get their message out is to hit 1,000. We really would love to hit 1,000. Thank you very much. And then we take over the world. But anyway, we've got all kinds of people we're grateful to, such as Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Jeffrey Hayes has got other things going on this morning, but let's talk about him like he's here. In other words, we're going to share the love. The man is crazy talented. Did you see those two videos that started out this broadcast? He did both of them. Go to Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers and your potential customers. So check it out. Jeffrey also does graphics to help you sell your work, as well as those amazing book trailers. So please contact him at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also, please see their Facebook page, because it is filled with wonderment as well. And also, this show is powered by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Take a screenshot. You'll thank yourself later. We've got 7 days a week worth of broadcasting excellence We've got information and all kinds of great content and lots of entertainment 7 days a week. And we are, and it's a good time to tell you that we have a special, and I do mean special episode of Clever Title pending tonight. We've got the great John Celestri, who is a former Don Bluth animator. He's done things like She-Ra, The Princess of Power, and Blast Star, and also a whole bunch of interactive video games from back in the 80s. Got an impressive resume, and he's got a brand new Kickstarter campaign that is in its closing days, but he'd like you to take a look at it, if you would, please. And it looks like it's full of fun, just like John Celestri, and he's got great stories about the animation industry. So please check us out tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, John Celestri. And also tomorrow night. Tomorrow's pretty busy, too. Tomorrow is TED Talks at 10 a.m. Let's try saying that 3 times fast on only 1 cup of coffee. And then we've got our dear friend Christian Basil has the Legend of Traveling TARDIS at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Eastern time. He's going to be talking about companions, but he's going to be doing it with a twist because Christian's pretty twisted, as you no doubt have noticed from his behavior on this show. And then at 8 p.m., I've got the regular edition of Clever Title pending, but it's no less special because we've got from the desk of a small press publisher, the one, the only Joe D. McPhee. We're going to talk comics. We're going to talk crowdfunding. We're going to talk about the industry. We're going to have a lot of fun. And as always on Clever Title pending, you're encouraged to bring your questions and learn more about our guests and the industry in which they work. So please check it out. And also, please check out Patreon, www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And there are the people who have supported us. And we are grateful. We genuinely are grateful, because you make a lot of this show possible. We have had some computer things we had to get done to keep the show on the air, and our Patreons have stepped up to the plate and helped us get this done. And so we thank each and every one of you. So if you want to support the show, even $1 a month does a lot to help us. So check us out on www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, because believe me, we would not have you give us money if you didn't get something for it. So check out what we can do for you. So anyway, thank you very much to everyone who has sat through the last 8 minutes and 25 seconds waiting for the show to actually start. So let's get this thing started, all right? And the first one in the gate is the lovely Teresa Dunn at 906. Good morning, Brian and Nevermore. It's good to see you, Teresa, and good to see you, Ninja Genko from YouTube. I hope you're having a great morning so far. And Carl Witzman, it's always a pleasure, my friend, to see you here. And the Historical Fencing Guild, happy Monday morning, Nevermorians. The mighty Manatee Man, master of marketing, reminds you things happen when live broadcasting. Don't feel bad, but embrace the chaos. That's what we call content. Yes, and I've got to go back and watch the exact moment, but apparently I love your new backdrop, Nick. Nicholas Stockert was experimenting with a new backdrop, and it went rebellious on him. And that's what Nick, when I worked in PBS and we did a lot of the fundraisers, that's what we used to call good TV. So anyway, Carl Witzman mocks him with his laughter, as well he should. And Carly, mwah, as always, darling, it's a pleasure to have you here. And everyone's saying hello, Kofefe in the pot. Oh yeah, and it's coming up soon. And morning all, one more day to the BKM champions and me. Yes, that's right. Joe D. McPhee is going to be on Clever Title pending tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And I'm looking forward to it, Joe, because I had a great time talking with you on your show a couple months ago, and now hopefully you will have at least as good a time as I did. If you did, you're going to be in for a fun time. And Grant Lankert, there's a fun time right there. Good morning, all. Today's the day that the files for my comic book go off to the printers. Yes, Beowulf #1 is reaching fruition. That is great. And Ted Davies, good morning, all. Ted brings more coffee. God bless you, young man. And congratulations again on breaking that 200. That is so fantastic. I'm so pleased with you. That is great. And I'm always pleased with Amy Hale. Mwah! Good morning to you, Amy. Hope you're having a great morning. I hope you and John had a fantastic weekend. Carl Witzman's unmute before customer service voice Amy comes on. Yeah. She did a lot of good work on that promo of mine. By God, I don't want to waste it by screwing up the program now. And the Historical Fencing Guild, this program is brought to you, Brian K. Morris, Patreon, the folks who tip Brian some Amazon and Smashwords and those little green pieces of paper that are easier to trade than live chickens. That's true. And they are also a lot easier to spend than live chickens. Have you ever tried to get one into a vending machine? Dear God, the noise alone is enough to put you off on that. And that's great, Grant. Can't wait. I agree. Proud of you, Grant. That is fantastic. Angie, if you're listening, give that boy a hug for me. And Rick Bradley, good morning, Never Mornings. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're having a great morning, Rick. Hope all is well. And from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, also I have slots open in April for the from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. If you need some press time and can be vetted, most Nevermorians can. Hit this brother up. Hit my friend up, man. You will have a good time. It's a lot more relaxed than my shows are. It's always a good time. Yeah, definitely. Grant, if you haven't been on there yet, I definitely recommend you go on there. Just remember, folks, promotion doesn't end just because your Kickstarter did, okay? If you want to stay relevant, you stay in the public eye. And the Historical Fantasy Guild says, great news, Grant. And the link. And Nate Phillips, big love, BKM. Nate, I've been trying to catch up with the podcast again with you, and I want to thank you, Nate Phillips. I've got to thank him publicly. I got to do some stuff for you, dude. But anyway, to show you my love. Anyway, Nate designed our logo for Clever Title Pending with the fez and everything. That is Nate Phillips' work. Also, he is the drummer for Walk Among Us, a fantastic piano-based punk group, and I love him and love the ladies in the group. Nate, it makes me happy to see you this morning, brother. Hope you are well. We got to catch up sometime, my friend. We got to catch up. And Eric Hawkins, fresh from his appearance in St. Charles, Missouri yesterday. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well this morning. And Ted Davies says we hit 200 subs last night. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support. Much success to all, and to you, man. You've earned it, Ted. Ted puts out some amazing content on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Tuesdays, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Ted Talks on Tuesdays. He's always got a great interview going on that one. Ted, tell us who's on tomorrow's show, would you please? And then Thursdays, Ted Talks Timepieces. Ted is a collector of vintage watches, and he shares his love and the history of these timepieces with you. It's great, great material. And then he and his wife, Chrissy, on Friday nights at 6 p.m., and I am loving the show like you cannot believe. And it's not because of my fondness for grain alcohol, which could play a part in it. But anyway, Ted and Chris Davies do a wonderful show called Drinking with the Davies, where they examine drinks that are no longer in vogue, but are still yummy, and he teaches you how to make them. And this weekend, I put in a request for a drink my parents used to have back in the 60s, and it was called a Tom Collins. And I'm really eager to see what Ted and Chrissy do with that. That's going to be great. Eric Hawkins says, what perfect timing. My pre-launch page for Zombieful World of Oz #3 just went live. Sign up now to get notified when the campaign launches next month. Definitely. Eric, of course, put that on the Rising Tide Publications page and my profile page if you would. And you might want to get on with Joe D. McPhee. I think you two would like that. And www. Ranker Mail rocks. Okay, I'm assuming it does, Nate. And Stephanie Nietzsche, I will subscribe. Thank you, Stephanie. Good morning to you from Facebook. Hope you're having a great morning. And Carl Winston, take over the world. That smells like work. No thanks. That's why you have minions. See, that's why you have lackeys, Carl. And good morning, Brian K. Good morning, John Celestri. Looking forward to talking to you tonight at 8 p.m. on a very, very special edition of Clever Title Pending. John, be sure to put in a link to your Kickstarter, and let's give it some love and attention if we could. And Rick Bradley says, hey, there's this really cool Amazon author page, and it's got Rick Bradley's name on it. This handsome-ish author has 4 books for you to choose from. Nightmare Collective, Marvin's Night Out, Tales of the Weird and Strange and Pulp Reality, #1. Definitely give that some love. And Eric Hawkins has that Kickstarter, Zombieful World of Oz 3, Dark Side of the Moon. We will check that out. And in line for your first jab, John B. Pica, you're not getting the enema version of the COVID shot? Okay, yeah. Be that as it may. Anyway, John B. Pica, glad to see you here. JohnPica.com. Big Daddy Cool's got all kinds of great broadcasting on YouTube, including a new favorite of mine, Behind the Cereal Box, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Central. And he has got some great programming. Check out his work. And Hi, Skunk Rocker. How's the Skunk Rocker this morning? Hope your morning's going well, brother. And Ted Davies, please join us for TED Talks tomorrow. It's a pre-recorded premiere featuring artist Ken Lanier. I hope I pronounced it right. But check out this talented humanitarian and artist. That's beautiful, Ted. Beautiful. Check out that show. It's going to be great. And the backdrop battle, says Carl Witzman, was about 105 in the video. I've watched 3 times so far. That's going to be great for Nick's analytics when he looks at the show and it's like this, and suddenly at 105 it does this, and it comes back down. That's why I keep telling people, like the Moonlight films. I'm in one of their films called, or 2 of them actually. One's Legend of Demoniac, but I'm really have so many great emotions from my first one in Graveyard Stories. I come in at about the 1 hour mark. With Tara Bixler, and we had a great scene together. She is an amazing actress and so much fun to work with. Well, anyway, we did this scene, and I'm very proud of it, and I kept watching it over and over again. It's like, and I could just see Jamesy and Mayor's Analytics, like doing this during the sequence. He's probably like, oh God, Brian's ahead again and feeling needy. But anyway, please check out Moonlight Films. And they were also our guests on last week's Clever Title Pen Weekend. Some good people on there. And Chinto Gonzalez, good morning to you, my man. How are you this morning? How is Maria doing? Hope you both are doing well. Hope I hope the world's treating you too well. And I hope I get to come up to your neck of the woods at the library and see you guys. And I hope you're having another convention this year. If so, I'm in if you want me. Eric Hawkins, my pre-launch link is now live for the Zombieful World of Oz, and he's got that there on YouTube, or excuse me, he's got it on YouTube and he's got it on Facebook. Please check that out. The first 2 issues are amazing, seriously. And I'm not saying that because Eric's my good friend. Also, Eric is part of a crew we've got on Thursday nights, a really fast-growing show, I gotta say. It's called Comic Book Spectrum, and it's Eric along with Clyde Hall and Brian Rodman, and the 4 of us discuss current comics, past comics, and we also review some comics too. So it's a fun little show. It's one we always look forward to doing, and Eric is awesome on there, as always. So, and if you think he's awesome on there, check him out in the comic book. So get in line for the Zombieful World of Oz number 3. Scott Crocker, that line about chickens and vending machine reminds me of a Christian Bale movie called American Psycho. Feed me a stray cat. That's right. Hey, Skunk, have you ever seen the parody of that with Weird Al Yankovic and Huey Lewis? It's funny. If you haven't, let me know. I will try to send you a link, okay? It is hilarious. I think it's from Funny or Die. Anyways, Carl Witzman, congratulations, Ted. Definitely. Yay, Ted. Take a victory lap, brother. And I was just thinking, man, I was 34 yesterday. What the hell happened? Skunk, is today your birthday? Young man. Seriously, you're only 30 years behind me, so you got a long way to go. Well, if it is, happy birthday to you, my friend. May you have a joyous celebration once you get off work. And hi, Brian. How are you? Christian Illusion and Shake Lindsay. I am fine as frogs here. How the heck are you, my friend? And thank you, Ryan Permisson, as always, for sharing this video. Please, everyone, follow his glorious example, if you would. And Glenn B. Fleming, hey, how are you, guy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Glenn has got some great stuff in the works, including Indie Volt Revolt. Ted's working on his first animated film. He's got a lot of great stuff. Go to Amazon.com and look up Glenn with 2 N's, B as in Brian Fleming, and check out the wonderful, amazing repertoire of art and amazing novels he's got going out there. It's really great stuff. And update on the Indie Volt Indiegogo campaign, and they've just passed 40 backers. They're at 1670. Now, here's the thing. Let me scroll down to make sure I get it right. They are at this point, of course, money is good, but they are looking for more backers. And they've got 2 sets of covers to choose from. It's a flip book. If you've never seen one of those, you definitely want to check this out. It's really great. And anyway, if they can get another 9 backers, Revolt will get another 8 pages of artwork. As it is, this thing is huge. It's about 40 pages thick, I think, right now. But they'll put another 8 pages in with the addition of a brand new hero bot story by Randy Zimmerman and an artist to be announced. The 50th backer to this campaign, minus those backers who have had to cancel and be refunded if no one else cancels. It looks like number 54 will, and the one who crosses that 50 mark, it looks like number 54, so they need another 14 people, will receive a mischievous sketch by the one and only Daphne Lage. That is fantastic. Anyway, please check that out. And Glenn, put in links to your work, brother. Let's get you plugged here. And Christian Illusionist Jake Lindsay says my church show from last week is getting released today if the internet isn't bad. Well, the internet is pretty awful, but that's just content wise. Anyway, that's great. Good to see it. And Grant Lankard is going to be on the From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, Jody McPhee's amazing interview show, April 24th. Good to see, Grant. Good to see. And Ryan Permesson says, happy Monday, Nevermorians. How are you? Ryan, we hope you are well this fine Monday morning. It looks like the sun is shining once again. Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Movies, on Anchor FM, episode 92. Holy cats, it's grown up so fast. I remember when it was only 89. They're aging in front of our very eyes. Anyway, Glenn B. Fleming says you can get some great stuff at this Amazon page. Check out Ryan Permisson's podcast. It's really good stuff. He does a great job on his broadcasting. Great content. And Glenn B. Fleming's got content there. Check out that Amazon.co.uk. And you can get, I bet you can get a lot of that stuff on the American one as well. So please check it out. Hey there, friends and foes. John B. Pica. Hope you get a lollipop when they're done sticking you. And Ryan Permesson, ICYMI. Check out our interview with Sci-Fi Rose M. Rose, sci-fi author Rose M. Rose. She's a wonderful lady. I got to catch up on that show today. And please check it out. And speaking of today, and happy birthday, Skunk, says Carl Wisman. He's confused too. And Ryan Permesson, subscribe to the channel today for more nerdy content. Check them out on YouTube. I'm a subscriber. You should be as well. And Christian Illusionist Jake Lindsay, which do you like more, Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree? I like the prices at Dollar Tree, but I get a lot more cool geek stuff at Hobby Lobby. I don't know that I have a preference between the two. I'm constantly at Dollar Tree because it's like a rummage sale in there. I love it. And Ryan Permesson says summer reading recommendations. Send him links via direct messenger on Facebook, if you would please. Get this boy some reading material. He's really looking to expand his repertoire, if you will. And speaking of expanding your repertoire, you need information on the Rising Tide broadcast network, on the publishing concern, on everything we do. And you can get that if you go to risingtide.pub today and sign up for my free monthly newsletter. I'm going to be working on it today and tomorrow. And we have special videos in there that they're not to sell you anything. It's more for fun. In fact, half the time I don't try selling you nothing. I leave it out there, but I don't push it hard. Shut up, Christian, if you're listening. And also,
push it hard?
Push it hard, darling. Are you channeling? Oh, darling. Oh, my God. Oh.
Sorry, hon. I can't pilot it 2 inches above the rim.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Oh, I love you, too, especially when you bring me coffee. Thank you.
Love you.
Ah, boy, do I love you. Ooh, that's good. Pumpkin spice. Yum. Anyway, check out the risingtide.pub. We have 2 secret links that lead to fun things. And I think I've got one thing this month that's kind of fun and informational for creatives. And also we have a special video that is unique only to the newsletter. So only my newsletter people will read it. It will be great. I hope you like it. Anyway, please sign up today. Go to the top of the page. You'll see a link there. And let's see. Goofy Kickstarter links. The first 2 were to my login page. Oops, and now the convention season's starting. Expect your phone and your email to blow up, Eric, for a good time call. Anyway, Scott Crocker says, I don't know yet, man. It just started technically. I mean, we'll see what happens when I get over the mountain. That's usually when my day goes right to crap. Well, sir, I hope your crappage is minimal today. But anyway, I hope you get out of that mountainous area soon. And I hope if it's your birthday, man, you deserve a good birthday. And I hope, especially 35, that is a milestone, I think. And you deserve all the best, my friend. I hope you have a great day. I really do. And so far, it has been increasingly meh. Well, given your day to day, I would think meh is a good thing. I'll take meh some days. And greetings from the prairie from Mr. Mark Leonard himself. Professor, good to see you here, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope all is well. Hope life is treating you good. And much love to the family there. I miss you, guy. And Bill Sarton says, happy Monday to the mystical man and the Fez and the Nevermorians. Count your blessings and pass them along to others. That's the best thing you can do with a favor or a blessing is to give it to the next person and have them give it on. And definitely bring Cookie home. Thank you, Bill Sarton. Yeah, she's home all this week, actually. Subaru had a parts snafu, and she and many other people get the week off, so I get like a vacation week with my honey, and we're gonna do some work around the house. I've already damaged I've got the wrist and the splint here. I've a very soft splint, but it's a splint nonetheless, and I kind of did a bad to it on Saturday trying to take care of some overgrown hedges we've got, and yes, it's annoying. But we're doing it anyway. But we got that, and then we're going to be visiting some friends this week and just doing some stuff that we normally don't get to do together. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to get work done too. By Jingo. And Scott Crocker says, I mean, I have to work on my birthday, and it's a Monday. Like, how much worse can it get? Damn it! Where's Joe Dog to stop me from doing stupid things like saying that? Well, Scott, if you want, I'll edit you and not say them out loud. I can help you that much, maybe. But considering the stupid I say, you could be putting your broadcast career in my hands. Oh, by the way, started watching the Scrub House Video Club last night, and I've got it queued up to watch the rest of it later. Fun as always, man. I love that show, Scrub House Video Club on YouTube. Please check it out. It's a good show with him and Glowcat. Good stuff. Eric Hawkins says QuadCon in St. Charles, Missouri yesterday was great. Sold lots and lots of books and commissions. People are thirsty for cons. Everyone was walking with bags. That is awesome. That's something that Cookie taught me. She made an observation. I followed it ever since. A good show, you can tell from the perspective of someone setting up there. It's a good show when you see people walking around with bags from the show. Now, if you're doing a mall show and the bags say Forever 21, maybe not so much. But no, if you see like people carrying bags, and the thing filled with merchandise from the show, also see what they're carrying. Now it's kind of discouraging, because I see people buying like art prints, generally ones that shouldn't be sold, if you know what I mean, and also what was it, Funko Pops. I don't have Funko Pops yet, but I'm working on it. But I got books, and this week. I will have 2 new offerings. In fact, let me, my next show will be, Big River Comic Con, and that's at the end of April, the 23rd and 24th. I'll be appearing there with wonderful people like, I think Eric's there. Yeah, Eric will be there. Eric will be there, and Amy Hale. So that's the 3 of us. That's all you need. Please show up. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be at 6400 County Road 445 in Hannibal, Missouri. That will be the 23rd and 24th of April. And I will have at least 3 new publications with me. I will have copies of Pulp Reality #1. I will have copies also of Zonk, Zok, Zowie, and Biff Bam Eow. Yes, I will have the books edited by Jim Beard and Rich Handley with the detail the first 2 seasons of the Batman show, the Batman TV show from 1966. I'm really excited. I'm in the 2nd volume, and I thought, if I got the 2nd volume, we got to get you the first to help you out. So please check us out. That's at the Big River Comic Con. They have an event page on Facebook. Please look it up. And in May, I will be at the Indie Author Book Expo at the Peoria Civic Center at 201 Southwest Jefferson Avenue. Peoria, Illinois, and may have to look into getting some June shows there. But anyway, please check us out. We got good stuff coming your way. And Skunk Rocker says, yes, it's great. I actually did a thing where I mixed every time the camera changed between the original film and the parody and uploaded it to my YouTube channel, and I put Something's Wrong with My DVD. Excuse me. Skunk is crazy talented. In fact, Skunk did our countdown timer. And Skunk, I continually get compliments on that. I really do. Skunk knocked himself out on that. That was beautiful. And he's going to say it was nothing, but it wasn't nothing. It's a double negative. It means it was something. So anyway, Philip Thompson, how can you review my book? I read it and I tell everyone how wonderful it is, whether it's on Goodreads or on Amazon. Check and make sure, Philip, you're on Goodreads too. Because especially if somebody buys the e-version of your book through Amazon, they actually can write one review and it'll go to both places. So anyway, Joe Dog McKeel has showed up, free Joe Dog for live streaming. Yes, Joe Dog has another 20 days to go, and he escapes the tyranny of Facebook. They dinged him. Somebody put a copyright claim on him for his a video, and Facebook won't tell him why. He was the only broadcasting he did that day was of a live stream for from NASA directly for the launch of one of their rockets. And the thing is, here's a little tip for you all copyright fans. Anything that comes from our federal government is automatically in the public domain. Nothing is copyrightable. Even NASA does not copyright its material. It is, because, it's part of its government charter, I think. So anyway, he posted this. Somebody, either a bot dinged him or something, because I don't think there was any music involved. I got dinged the other day for a video I was using, and I did some. Here's some things. If somebody puts a copyright claim on your work, they tell you who did it. Research them. I found out that this was a third party. I did a search for the name of this company and then followed it with the word scam, because what happens is there are third-party scammers who claim to have a proprietary interest, like say in a piece of music, and so they have bots too. And when they catch you, one is the music I was using, I used in another video, because I thought it was public domain too, or that the person who gave it to me got the rights, whatever. But anyway, it turns out that they dinged me for one video I used it in, but not the other. And so I looked up this group, and there are people that go around and they make a copyright claim. And so if you don't fight it, if your video becomes monetized, then they get the money from it, and probably not the people who actually created the copyrighted music. So I pushed back. I sent a notice to YouTube, who informed me of the copyright claim. Now, it's not the same as a copyright strike. It's not as severe. You can collect copyright claims all day long. All that means is you don't get paid, that the money that monetized video gets will then be given to the third party. Well, this third party sounds like they're ripping off the artists. And so I fought back, and I wrote, and the thing is, when YouTube allows you to push back, it gives you the information you need to do it. So I fit it in, and we'll see what happens. I will keep everyone posted. I'll probably run it again with impunity. Oh, there's Joe Dog. Joe Dog, you're late. I already did something stupid, says the Skunk Rocker. He can only move so fast, Skunk. Okay? And just woke up, Skunk. And are you feeling better? Yes. Are you feeling better, Joe Dog? And if you need bail money, you're out of luck, says Joe Dog McKeel. You better behave, Skunk. It is your birthday. And Carl Witzman says, I was beginning to worry that Joe Dog got banned on YouTube too. Well, I keep selling his YouTube exclusive. For the next 20 days, Joe Dog and Stupid O'Clock, which runs Thursdays at 9 p.m. and Saturdays at 11 p.m. And stay tuned for the Stupid After Show if they're up for it. But anyway, I'm telling everybody that's now a YouTube exclusive. And if you want Stupid O'Clock, you can only get fresh episodes now on YouTube, where you should be subscribing anyway to Joe Dog McKeel's network. It is great. And Skunk Cracker says, no, but I do need beer money. Last I checked, we only had 2 beers left in the house. Holy cats, I wouldn't move back. And only 2 beers, faints. Carl Witzman and Skunk Cracker says, yeah, I drank all of them. Well, I kind of figured you were the guilty party in this case, Skunk, but that's okay. And no lollipop, but immediate nausea. John, I had a reaction too. It took about 10 minutes, but I got lightheaded, kind of fuzzy with brain fog, they're calling it. I got brain fog and really, really weak. Cookie had no problems whatsoever, but John, as the nurse told me, whatever you're going through now is better than getting the stuff, as you should know. Joe Dog McKeel, did anyone hear about the police pot burn that went wrong? The brown speckled Turins were migrating over at the time. Fire was not hot enough, and it smoked real bad. Not one Turin was left unstoned. Oh my God, that's a keeper. I love it. And Skunk Crocker says, and the last time I went to the store, I wasn't thinking because I was tired, because I was lifting a dresser. And those are heavy. Yes, even when you empty them out. And love Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I love Hobby Lobby too. I love the like the wall hangings and everything with the superheroes and everything. And a lot of them is done by, if you see the more abstract ones that are kind of reminiscent of Bill Sienkiewicz, those are actually done by an Indianapolis artist, Stuart Sager, who is fantastic and a really good guy. Rick Bradley says, I'm pretty excited about tonight's Clever Title Pending. I always like to talk to someone about the things that help fuel my imagination as a child. Well, John Silvestri ain't going to let you down, Rick Bradley. I promise you that. He's a lot of fun, and he's a talker. I love that. And he's got stories. Seriously, everyone, please tune in tonight to Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. John Silvestri is going to be on, and you are going to have a fantastic time. I know I will. So anyway, please check it out. And Scott Crocker continues, yeah, speaking of people who I want to know if they're feeling better, where is Christian and how is he doing? I got a couple messages from him over the weekend, but I assume he's feeling better. I hope he is. And Brian is only 24 subs from 500 on YouTube. Thank you, John Pica, and thank you to my new subscriber, whoever you are. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something nice to do for everyone at 500. I don't know what it is, but I will figure out something appropriate. And yeah, that's what I need is some coffee. Joe Dog McKeel, it is Brian my date considerably. Oh, you said him 3 times. We said him 3 times, John B. Pica, and up he rises. Christian, brother, I hope you're feeling better. Here we go. Let's try to do it justice now. Here we go. All right. Arise, Monday Morris Monster. Arise. Don't miss the premiere episode of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Who Knew News. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS talks Doctor Who news in real time at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hashtag become part of the legend. Hey, that is great. I wish did I know about this? Hey, Christian, put that on my pages, would you please, sir? And check that out this afternoon. That is going to be so much fun. I've been looking for a good non-snarky news source for Who News. Maybe you will become it. And let's get Brian to 500 subs. And thank you so much, Ted Davies. We got Ted over 200. Let's get Ted to 3 now. Seriously, that's what the Rising Tide Broadcast Network is about. It's a group of like-minded individuals who are helping each other succeed. And that I love. You know I love that. And Skunk Crocker says, okay, apparently there is still some confusion left, so I'll clear it up. It is entirely possible that 35 years and 9 months ago, my parents had unprotected sex. That's what I love about you, Skunk. You're such a romantic. You know, I'm getting the feels, brother. Just the feels. And I'm now got this image of your parents. Both of them looking like you. Good on him. Kind of iffy on mom. Doing the wild thing, doing the horizontal mambo. You know what I'm saying? And considering my years in the retail end of the adult entertainment industry, this is not a pretty picture, and this is the sort of thing they would tie you to a chair, Skunk, and make you watch if you had information they needed. Anyway, the historical fencing now, and Skunk's going, Brian, you just ruined my damn birthday, and for the next 5 years. Historical Fencing Guild says, I am so excited for issue 7 of Luke Stone's Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. I get to know plot early and ooh. 2. Plus, after a year of work, the RPG Quick Play rules are slated to be involved as well. Yes! Yes! Oh, Nick, I am so proud of you. That is fantastic. That is glorious. I love seeing that. Yeah, and I got some good news this morning. I got sent something. I wish I could talk about it. But it's so cool. It's gonna upset my schedule, but this is all right. Ted Davies Artistry, happy birthday, Skunk Man. Stay safe out there, bro. Definitely, and definitely check out Skunk on the Scrub House Video Club on YouTube on Sunday nights around 8 p.m. And also, please check him out on Stupid O'Clock on the part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. on Saturdays. And Skunk, just like Slade, they get wild, wild, wild. Wild, wild, wild. So come on, feel the noise. Anyway, Glenn B. Fleming, hey, Brian, apart from being on a couple of podcasts over the weekend, Helen and I finally got around to plotting my next Hatch project. Excellent. It will be around 40 full-color pages in a hardback cover with a softcover version on Amazon, too. Now all I have to do is draw the damn thing. Watch the space. I know, it's always something, right, Glenn? But, oh, my God, that is fantastic. I am so looking forward to it. And I got to say that, you are... you're one of the reasons one of the many reasons I pledged for Indie Volt Revolt. I'm really excited by that book, and I know that you've got a brand new Hatch story in there too, and it's just a great project. I'm really looking forward to having that in my hands. Hi, Christian. And then Christian died. And Carl Wisman says, hey, Ted, hide cigar that he was supposed to be saving for next cigar show. Yeah, it was funny because we were out with we have a friend who we see on weekends. And Robin, if you're listening, I'm on your phone again. Hardy har har. But anyway, we got to talking, and somehow the subject of smoking came up, and Cookie said, you don't smoke cigarettes now, you smoke cigars. I guess I got licensed now. So I got to get me a second cigar now. And I will have artist proof of the pages from Zombieful World of Oz 2 for sale at the Big River Comic Con. First time I have sold pages from the book. Get yourself some original Eric Hawkins art. I've got a drawing he made for our Kickstarter 3 years ago for the Ghostly Tales of Spencer's Spook. And we did like a couple extra just in case. And we actually got within one. We actually missed the number by one. We had one extra. So it wound up in the collector's hands. And I treasure it highly. Anyway, but no, I'm looking forward to hanging with you at Big River Comic Con. And I think you told me you were going to be at Heroes for Kids in July. We are going to have fun. Scott Crocker said, will it make you feel better, Brian, if I said it with a Southern accent? Twarn't nothing, y'all. Oh, yeah. And hashtag Joe was framed. Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt. Off the heels of a fantastic, busy weekend with CromCon. And I got to tune into a lot of it. Enjoyed it as always, Pops. Check out the last weekend of every month. Pops Van Zandt has CromCon. Please check with this man. Subscribe to his channels on Facebook, and definitely subscribe to him on YouTube. It's Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt and Comic Madness with Pops Van Zandt. Check them out. Subscribe, share, and as always, please keep an eye on him when he opens up CromCon towards the middle of the month. And he'll be looking for people to fill those time slots. So check him out and get on board with him. And Philip Thompson is going to launch his book, Pet Treats, Call in the Wild on Amazon. Look for it definitely. And when you get that link, Philip, you post it on here, post it everywhere you can, brother. We'll get you going here. And copyright trolls, John B. Pica, exactly. And I have gotten copyright claims before, and in one case, I did have to kill the music on something, but Facebook, or rather YouTube, makes that real easy. As for this one, and I had my first one on Facebook. Oh, this is about 6 months ago. I had a couple copyright trolls, and I pushed back. It's none of my stuff is monetized yet, but I'm you and me, brother. We're both long game guys, and so I'm like, I don't want these guys making any coin when they don't deserve it. Now, if the people who actually own the music contacted me, I would then acquiesce easily and happily. But otherwise, I don't deliberately violate anyone's copyright. And there's some shows out there I'm like, how are you still on the air? Unless you're not getting monetized or you don't care about it. Because I hear a lot of shows that use, like, I know it's copyrighted music. That's nuts. Anyway, Carlene, don't worry, Carl. If yours hasn't come by then, I'll give you another one of mine. Anything for Ted and the show. See, she'd do it for Ted. Anyway, and Bill Sarton says, "Are you moping around with your Monday morning misery? Join the far out and groovy kids by clicking on Sarton Art 76, the artwork of Bill Sarton on Facebook, and bask in the better days from yesteryear. If you tuned in last night, you got to see Disney's 1961 episode of The Wonderful World of Color. Plus, you can see all of my merry, mesmerizing sketches and prints that are available for purchase, safe and securely through PayPal. So turn your calendar back to the artwork of Bill Sarton, where everything old is new again." Thank you, Bill, for that. Thank you. Yeah, and I gotta say, I'm crazy happy with PayPal. I had when I moved during that time, I of course didn't do much business with using PayPal, and somebody hacked my account. And suddenly I go in there one day and I've got like $850 in there. I'm like, I didn't, and I generally keep my account pretty empty because eBay. I know my weaknesses. So I and Amazon too. And so anyway, I contacted PayPal to find out what the hell's going on. And it turned out that part of that was somebody, I want to say somebody here in the States had managed to get into my account. And so immediately they froze the account. I called them. I actually called PayPal on the phone. And they immediately froze the thing, and they worked with me for 4 days, but they found who did it and transferred the money back to the original sender. And I still had a little bit left. And after all my research, I said, what about this? And they said no, and it came from Great Britain. And I'm like, okay. And they said, check with your bank. Maybe they'll have an idea what that's about. I said, okay, fine. So I went in and checked with them, and it turned out that it was actually my Amazon payment for Great Britain. I don't sell that many in Great Britain, but I did. I sold some, and I'm like, oh, cool. But anyway, they were really good to help me with all the problems on PayPal. So I'm a PayPal fan for life. And CromCon 12, it's a wrap, and marvelously done, young man, marvelously done. Checked in and just kind of lurked this time. Didn't really have anything to say. But you guys didn't need me, so it was okay. Anyway, check it out. And how sweet, says Carl Witzman. He is touched by Carly's kindness. And here we go. Eric Hawkins says, Brian might have original pages from Celebration Comic pages #1 for sale if someone remembers to bring them to him. Yeah, I don't know that I'll ever see those. I don't know. If it's you, I'm optimistic, but if it's, yeah, we've talked about it. Anyway, Joe Dog McGill, questions to the writers out there. The old ball bat to the leg as a lesson giver. Should the teacher use aluminum or wood? Joe Dog, I think as a writer, it depends entirely on the situation and the era. If it was like before the 70s, I think I would do some research to find out when aluminum bats were made. Aluminum bats would probably be good if you just want to teach them a lesson, a mild one, a little mid-course correction. But otherwise, you can't beat sturdy oak for teaching a permanent lesson, and where you strike them on the leg makes a difference. So I hope that's answered. And the tease, I know, right? Oh, seriously, Gino Gonzalez, I'm so glad to see you here, man. And happy Skunk Day, Birth Rocker, says Bill Sarton, and much love from the Speverant Runer. And the Historical Fencing Guild, happy birthday, Skunk. May your hair stay poofy, your music loud, and your bass line thumping. Oh, yeah. Joe Dog McKeel says, Brian, if you ever see Skunk with a short haircut, you would question lineage. You would think his father was Robert Allen Zimmerman. Looks just like him. It's freaky, I swear. Well, I could see that in the curve of his face, and I was kind of thinking that the first time I saw him. He is very early Dylan. He is very acoustic Dylan. I would say, and I mean that as a compliment, Skunk. I really do, and you're talented also. And Molly Daniels, speaking of talented, mwah! Good to see you, Molly. Hope you're doing well this morning. Hope your arm is healing well. And Glenn B. Filming says Joe was framed by Steve. I talked to Steve, and he said he didn't do it. He was looking at, he was standing on the Great Wall of China, and he could see his reflection from one of the Apollo 11 reflectors, okay? And he was standing on the Great Wall of China, so it's true. And Brian Rodman is here. Good to see you, Brian. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Needing a good distraction this morning. We had my cousin Nick's memorial service this morning. 4 years ago, he was killed while on duty. He was a police officer and one of the great ones. So many stories about how much he took care of people. Even people he arrested have come forward to talk about how much respect he showed them, and his talks with them on the way to the station helped turn their lives around. Love that man and miss him very much. I had the honor of officiating at his wedding, a memory I'll always cherish. Well, seriously, Brian, much love to you. Okay, first of all, much love to you. And like this, I always wish people may the memories be golden, because that's how we all live on, if in no other way, which I believe we do pass on into a better life. If we're good about it. And but otherwise, I always say may the memories be golden, because that's how people live on, as in our memories and in the stories we tell about them, which as storytellers, we owe it to get the good stories out there. And also, many thanks to your cousin for his service. And if anyone says there's no such thing as a good cop, this puts it to the lie. In fact, most of the cops that I have met have been good people. And if you don't like it, if you don't like that sentiment, that's fine. See you later. But I believe most of them are good, and they're people doing a tough and dangerous job. In Blue Line. And anyway, he sounds like a great guy. And today, while we will mourn his passing, is a great day to celebrate what he left with us and the lives that he's touched. That is, Brian, we will try to distract you as much as possible. We're done with the sappy stuff. And Teresa Dunn has some good stuff for you. Poetry Expressions from Amazon. Please check it out. And Brian Polito will be here for CromCon 13. Well, very, very cool. Yeah, what is it? I was on my way. I had to go to bed, unfortunately. Well, it wasn't unfortunate. It was a cookie. So anyway, that's all you get, people. But no, I saw you had Hillary Barta on, and I'm like, wow, I remember seeing Hillary from the old Chicago Comic Cons, and he and Phil Folio did the best version of Plastic Man this side of Jack Cole back in the 80s or 90s rather. So yeah, Brian Polita, he's quite a find. He's an Evil Ernie and Lady Death. I love his work. I really do. I saw him at a convention one time, Pops, and this was back in the 90s, and he was like Evil Ernie and Lady Death especially were super, super hot. And he had like one of those rope things for crowd control that weave back and forth. And he had at the opening of it, that it was about 5 feet off the ground. It was a sign that said, you must, and a line across it said, you must be this tall to ride Brian Polito. So anyway, that's how I want to think about him. And Comic Song Pops Van Zandt says, Joe Aluminum, always listen for the tink. That's true. That's true. And we just had that comment. All right, and happier news, says Brian Robin. Friday evening, we ended our Kickstarter campaign for Memoirs of an Angel that you guys helped with it. On behalf of Brian, I'm sure I speak with authority when I say thank you for helping. Thank you. We clocked out at 111 backers and $3,271. Robin and I are so thankful to all of you amazing folks who back, shared, and or liked all the posts. More news to come, by the way. We are about to start the road to the nebulizer. I'm excited by the nebulizer. Memoirs of an Angel, but this is great. Why, what's it, Brian? What's it about? Remind me, would you? Thank you. The Nebulizer is about a chronic asthmatic and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with allergen mutants. It's Bubble Boy meets Mad Max. Head over to brianrodman.com and subscribe for more details. Also, Brian is on Patreon, just like I am. So after you give me $1 or $2, go over and give Brian $1 or $2. He is great. And Pops Van Zandt, Comic Talk with Pop Van Zandt. 32 hours live since I woke up on Friday. Either I really love what you guys do or I'm freaking crazy. Is there a C with all of the above, Pops? That's where I'm placing my pencil. Anyway, tonight, Monday Madness with the team from Greed. Oh, yeah. Get you some Greed in your life. Anyway, Pops has a great Monday night show, and Pops is growing his network, growing that Pops network. All right, excellent. And I'm this is from the desk of a small press publisher. I hate when I hit enter too quickly. Let me know when signups for 13 start. Pops Van Zandt, please keep Jody McPhee in your thoughts and prayers that he needs to be in CromCon 13. Give him my spot if you must. And Pops was like, what do you mean your spot? Anyway, also check out tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending on our regular time at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We've got from the desk of a small press publisher. We're going to have some good conversation, and we might even get some of your questions in because we tend to talk. And Goofy, I have all the pages all packaged and neat, ready to give you. Haha, I've had them, but I haven't seen you to give them to you. I would love those, Eric. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. And you definitely want to give probably want to give them to me so people can I'll put it in my basement with the rest of my art and I won't have it out right away. And that way we keep your inking from back then a secret, right? No, actually, Eric is a great storyteller. And I knew from the start he had greatness within him. I'm serious now. And, but his inking has become so much loose, so much more fluid and beautiful. His inking back end was pretty darn good. But, his stuff he's doing on Zombie for World of Oz. And we are going to get Nature Boy done one of these days. I swear to God we are. And also, we might have some Mr. Spook in our future, too. So anyway, keep Eric busy, buy his book, and definitely sign up for the launch of issue 3 of Zombie for World of Oz. I will be supporting it. Rick Bradley says, about 8 years ago, someone in Germany stole over $400 from my PayPal. That was money for Donovan's birthday, so I was ticked. PayPal wasn't helpful, and my bank still charged me late fees. After PayPal started taking security seriously, though, I got back with them. Yeah, this happened. I don't know when your incident happened, but mine happened. I think I just moved to Lafayette, so this was about 6 or 7 years ago. But I found this, and they took care of me. Like within 4 days, like I said, they not only followed up and took care of everything that needed to be done, and gave me great advice along the way. They actually stayed with me for about 2 more months. And every now and then they would check my account and say, is this a legit input into your account? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. So yeah, their follow-up was fantastic. Really love working with those guys. I'm sorry you had that incident, but we just have to make you more profitable, so you just laugh at it now. And Arm is doing well, says Molly Danielson. Typing with both hands is no longer painful. It's about time. I need to get back to work. I hear you. I hate not being able to work. It's like I've got the onset of carpal tunnel, I think, and it's a little inconvenient, but I'm still getting stuff done. In fact, I'm getting enough stuff done that one pitch is going to a short story pitch is going out this week, possibly 2, because I got another line on one. And Joe Dog McKeel, I got to run. Okay, here's the deal. If my wife asks, it was all your idea. Okay, no problem, Joe Dog. She's probably going to think it was my idea anyway. I usually get the blame for these things. Joe Dog, take care, brother. And I think we've got a lunch. Do we have a lunch today, or did that happen already? Anyway, Joe Dog, check out Armchair Rocket Science. Check out Stupid O'Clock. Thursdays it's 9 p.m. Saturdays at 11, all times Eastern. And Armchair Rocket Science whenever something happens. And sign up for Joe Dog McKeel's Facebook page, or rather his YouTube page, and let's get him well over 100. He deserves it, man. Seriously. And loving vibes to you and your family, Brian Rodman. from all of us, Brian. You're part of the Rising Tide Network, and it's not just network; it's family. Okay, we love you, brother. We really do. And Rick Radley says, I did get my money back. That was after I tracked down the website my money went through and threatened legal action, and it somehow worked. I was quite thankful, but it still costs a couple of overdraft fees at my bank. Yeah, and that's the thing. If you could have gone them into small claims court, you could have gotten that back and your legal fees. But depending on where they are, it may have not have been worth the effort. And damn, who gave Steve another spacesuit? Pops, Steve told me you don't need a spacesuit, but you do have to wear like a sweater vest because it gets cold out there. You know, things freeze up there even. Carly says, many cops in my family, so right there with you, Brian Rodman. Yeah, definitely. And like I say, I've taken a couple, I've always supported the police, even though I have encountered some people that weren't upholding their uniform very well. But I think I can only think of about 2 or 3 in my entire lifetime who I could say that about. Everyone else has been kind, professional, even fun at times when you need it. Like one time we had an attempted break-in of our house when we lived in Illinois. And of course I called the police on it. And while we're talking, one of the cops said, well, if, this is kind of minor, a lot of this is going on, but we think we might have a line on it. And if we do, would you prosecute? And I said, only if you can get them 30 days in the electric chair for doing this. And they were like, we'll see what we can do. So, and also I've taken 2 courses. Lafayette Police Department have a thing called the Citizens Academy, which they're going to start up again in the fall. And it's limited seating, and I managed to get in twice. And I've made a few friends on the force, which is kind of nice. I don't use it for any sort of advantage, but it's good to see them when I do run into them, non-professionally, mind you. But anyway, I learned a lot about police work and what they go through. And the best part is the ride-alongs. Check with your local police department and see if you can go on a ride-along. And that's where you sit in the seat beside the cop. He will move his lunch just for you, hopefully. And it was funny because I think it was my 3rd one. The guy said, well, I asked him, so I hope you don't mind I'm coming along. He goes, no, I really don't mind these. He said, it's kind of affects me because I have my rhythms, and having you here kind of affects that, because I've not only got to keep a mind on keeping me safe and the people I deal with, but I've also got to keep you extra safe. And I told him, I said, well, one, on these things, I'm totally obedient. You tell me to hang in the car, I will hang in the car. You tell me to come with you, I am on your hip. And I know how to duck. I know how to tumble. I know how to fall. Don't worry about me, please. And I know you will anyway. And I said, as far as your humor, I dig graveside humor, and I don't mind swearing either. And then I proceeded to prove it anyway. But no, and it was so many great memories and so much I learned. So yeah, if you have something like that in your community, please check it out and please take advantage of it. All right. And Joe Dog, on the subject of applied baseball bats, is the Historical Fencing Guild. Nicholas Tockard knows his torture devices. Have you considered a wooden bat with a lead core? Ooh, I haven't heard of one of those in years. Oh man, yeah. Not sportsmanship friendly, but is a tried and true method of classic tire thumpers and truncheons. That is true. I forgot about those. Yeah, because I remember there was like there have been several scandals in the baseball league where somebody drilled in a bat and put in like a metal core, which of course increases the strength of the weapon. And so yeah, I forgot about that. Good call, Nicholas Tockard, Historical Fencing Guild, on Friday evenings on YouTube at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. Always informative. And Philip Thompson going to get I'm going to get Ilfig so I can make videos for promoting my work. Oh, is that a program? Okay, yeah, definitely. Also, if you use Windows 10, there's also a video. There's a camera there that you will have to edit your film if you can get someone to do it, or just make it very simple. But generally your computer comes with some sort of video making program. And then it can be edited. And Jeremy Woodring edits videos. You could talk to him about that at jeremywoodring.com. And Pops Van Zandt says, back the blue. Amen, brother. Amen. And Teresa Dunn asks you, would you like something to do at 5 p.m. Central Time on Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern? Well, then come over to her show and see who the next guest is. Teresa has started her brand new interview show, kind of like Clever Title Pending. But Teresa's doing it, and it has her own unique spin on it. And she had a great show the other night, despite technical problems with Amy Hale. So please check her out. Let's have 2 in a row from Teresa. Eric Hawkins says, there are good people and bad people in every group. People aren't apples. One bad doesn't spoil the bunch. Amen. That is true. And something, you hear about, policemen or anyone who goes wrong in their profession. And something that was pointed out to me last time I took Citizens Academy was that the job can change you, and the police especially are seeing people frequently the worst day of their lives. And so there's a lot of social niceties that don't occur. So, but yeah, and you're right. It's true of everyone, comic books, medicine, whatever, Office Depot. It's like, there are good and there are bad people, but we got to celebrate the good ones and encourage more of it. Pops Van Zandt Comics Talk says, if you have ever had to confront the evils of the world face to face, it is because of courageous men and women who stand between you and it. I have seen some evil. I respect cops. Ditto. I really do. And I can't imagine doing what they do, or like a fireman who risk their very lives every day. And, and there's some amazing people doing some amazing work out there. So, end of sermon. And Teresa Dunn's daughter is a cop. That's true. She's I think she's been with her respective police force for about a year now, and good on her. And I just discovered a new weight loss program called the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. John B. Pica, one hesitates to ask you how, but my imagination is doing Immelman's right now. Did it leave you unable to speak or sit down? Anyway, please stay as healthy as you can, John. You're not doing too well this year. And Glenn B. Fleming, I need to come in live stateside. I'm missing all these shows. Yeah, or come to live stateside. I'm missing all these shows. Yeah, seriously, get on our time frame, brother. You need to move to Indiana is what it is. And we'd never get anything done, Glenn, if we lived in the same town. We'd be hanging out all the time. Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt fell short of my goal of 300 subs this weekend, but we are only 21 away. Coming for you, Brian. Hey, Pops, I don't want you to come for me, brother. I want you to pass me up. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, Pops, get on it, man, and it'll happen. You did so much good for me. If we can make some magic happen back at you, we will do it. And everyone, please check out Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt. Get on that YouTube channel right now, Nevermorians, and subscribe. Please subscribe, even if you and the thing is, you can also, if you're not really that interested, but you want to support somebody who's really doing something for the Nevermorians and for the creative fields, subscribe. But you can also get that little bell that notifies you. Just set it for no notification, but you want to get notified because Pops puts on some serious content as far as comics go and Kickstarters. It's like, as Pops is one of the reason I don't do a strictly Kickstarter program. I mean, I do programs where we talk about Kickstarters, but it's more like we are, Clever Title Pending is an information show. And Comic Book Spectrum, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. I am very proud of that show. And I'm proud of the people that helped me put it on. And that one is, we have designed it not to be Kickstarter because there are so many shows like yours, like the Indie Vote family of shows that do, or Joe D. McPhee's from the Dexter Small Press Publisher that do such an amazing job of highlighting the fund drives that I didn't feel we had anything to add to it. But we found a niche we want to be in. And it's working. So anyway, Pops, I want you to pass me up. Do what you can, okay? Brian Rahman says, after this amazing broadcast, Thank you. Head on over to YouTube and check out the amazingly entertaining panel discussion we had last night on Indie Comics, explained with J.D. Calderon, J. Grant, John Celestri, and more. Brian Rodman is more. We discussed ending a Kickstarter and the Marvel Diamond split. I caught part of that last night. I had to tune away. I missed the first part. I think I was watching Pops. Then I remembered this was on, and then I flipped over there, and I'm going to watch the rest of it. You guys were so much fun, and again, I was in lurker mode. I didn't let you guys know I was there, but I did like the program, and I like Pops. Always give a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoy the content, because it's a good. Well, I'll describe it in brief, but we hope to go into more detail later. It's a good barometer for those of us who provide content. What do you like? What are you liking about it? If you enjoy the show in any way, give it a thumbs up, because it tells us that we're doing something right. Not just that we get money from it, that we get monetization, because God knows I don't. And that's not my goal, really. It'd be nice, but it's not my ultimate goal. But it lets me know what you like. And this is for Eric and Brian and Clyde, if he listens to this later. I have figured out a way to really drill down on that on our show on Comic Book Spectrum, learning stuff. Anyway, please check it out. Check out that great show with Brian Rodman and JD Calderon. I had such a good time on JD's show, but I produce so few comics right now that I feel like a fake when I go on these things, which is why I haven't bothered Pops in a couple of months. And Rick Bradley says a couple of years later, when I started using PayPal again, they grilled me pretty hardcore to make sure I was me, asked questions from my past that I had to strain to remember. Yeah. Well, that's the one thing, getting back to the police thing, Rick, our police force is very picky about who they get on there. And it's not like you put in your app today and then they tell you Monday you get a K9 unit and a car. It takes like the better part of a year to get hired on, because they do a background check on you. And I've heard from several of them that have, of course, all the police have gone through this, and they said they went into the interview and they're like, I forgot about that. Who's that again? It's like they know more about me than I knew. So yeah. And Brian, when's your next horror anthology? Not soon enough, I'll tell you that. Although I'm working on some other anthologies right now, but mostly for other people, and I'm still got to really get knuckled down, get serious about Doc Saga. That everyone has waited far too long on me for that, but not soon enough. But we got to get something going there. Eric Hawkins, as some of us return to shows, make sure to have a Square reader or something similar. Quite a few of my sales Sunday were Square transactions. Yeah, PayPal, I believe, makes a card reader as well. And there are other services getting into it. But Square is very reliable. Square also, I go into places where my internet is not very good, or the coverage just doesn't exist because I have T-Mobile. But anyway, what you can do is set your Square up so that it can store up the transactions. And then when you get back to Wi-Fi again, it will broadcast them to Square, and you get paid. So I love that. That is very, very helpful. So yeah, definitely have a Square reader. In fact, I did 2019. I was at BoilerCon 2019. It was like 20. Yeah. No, 2018, because 19 they closed down completely. Last year was a virtual one. Or no, this year rather. Time is slipping into the future. But anyway, the last show I did in person at BoilerCon on the Purdue University campus, I estimated that an excess of 80% of my sales were via credit card. If you don't have a credit card reader, you are leaving money on the table. Actually, you're not even getting to see it. So a lot of people do debit cards. In fact, I'm looking at, in the next year or two, upping my level of being able to take credit cards, in that I want this one device so badly. It is like a mini cash register. And you can do the tap. It will read chips. And it also, it's not as elaborate as the Apple system, but it's like this little device about the size of like a young adult shoe. and it has Wi-Fi capability, and it also prints out a receipt, which I think is awesome. So anyway, Skunk Rocker says, man, I don't want to get into a political thing, but my personal feelings is that as long as there are bad cops, then the good ones apparently aren't doing their damn job. The thing is catching them, Skunk. A lot of the guys know the system and can game it to a degree and conceal what they do, but they almost always get caught. And you look at some place like Ferguson, Missouri, sometimes it's the entire culture of that police department that has to be investigated. But I would say they do look for the bad ones. I have never run into any policeman that would truthfully say we're protecting this guy because he's a bad apple, but a lot of times there's disciplines. It's not all like shooting people, but it could be little minor things. And when they're caught, at least in the precincts that I've had experience with, they are disciplined and sometimes spend some time off and have to go through retraining again. So, it's and it's like the same thing with broadcasters. There are people that do what you do, Skunk, and do what I do, and they do it badly, and they turn people off to what we, before they can get to us and see that we're doing quality stuff. So, like Eric said, there are bad people in every profession. So anyway, but one of the good ones is Cindy Kep. Mwah! Good morning to you, Cindy. How are you this morning? Cindy Kep is an incredible author. I just got through reading the preliminary copy of her first comic book, Animal Eye, based on her new novel. And I'm not joking. I'm not acting when I say I'm so proud of her. She went in wanting to know how to write her own comic book, and I gave her the best advice I could. And we went through 2 drafts of her script, but she got so much from the first time that she survived a run with Dr. Tough Love that I told her, for your next draft, just send it straight to your editor. I don't need to see it. And we had a couple of tweaks for the printed result that I'm so proud of you. You've done good. And also go to ckoepp.com for the best newsletter in the industry. You'll feel better after having read it. Seriously, it's funny, it's insightful, and it's got samples of her amazing writing. And please go to amazon.com and check her out. So anyway, Skunk Rocker, and don't get me wrong, I know plenty of fine officers of the law, good upstanding men and women. I wouldn't be friends with them otherwise. Of course. See? Good point. Good point. Yeah, we all know some bad apples. I mean, even when I worked in retail, there were people that's like, oh my God, really? Anyway, Brian Robbins says, there are plenty of bad cops out there. If you're in a good cop family, you know that well. But it's just so wonderful to know that Nick was not just a good one, but an officer who helped the homeless and struggling families on his beat. Nick was what a police officer should be. I'm so proud of that. And you should be. You should be. And I also would be, sure that he probably was an influence on the people around him and held the standard up that his friends, just like Rising Tide, we hold the standards up that we try to keep meeting it so that we can keep hanging with the people who do also on a regular basis. So, and here we go. It's time for me to make the donuts. I mean, I already made the donuts, as Cindy kept. Well, where's mine? Anyway, but we have covfefe, so we're happy. And man, I am absorbing the coffee this morning. Wow. And Skunk Rocker says, but it's like every single time one of these horrible mutants wearing a badge does something terrible, all of these supposed good cops who are decent people don't do anything about it out of fear. No, there is procedure for all of that, Skunk. There really is. There's frequently anonymous tip lines, and then it goes to internal affairs. And a lot of it we don't hear about. Skunk, I like a bad cop thing to airplanes. How many times do you hear about planes coming in on time, that leave on time, come in on time, the flight is uneventful and pleasant, and people get on and off efficiently? That goes on tens of thousands of times a day around the globe, but all we hear about in the news is that one that crashed, often due to circumstances beyond anyone's control. It's kind of crazy, and you have somebody like let's go wide. Let's go into music here. Somebody like a Dolly Parton. who does so much for this world. She is a goddess, and she's so crazy talented and beautiful. But the people you think of are the ones who are like hooked on, or that many people think of are hooked on drugs or displaying outlandish, entitled behavior. There are probably more people that know more about Justin Bieber peeing into a mop bucket, that somebody was using, than know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars Frank Sinatra used to give anonymously to various charities just because he was paying it forward. It's all relative. We only really hear about the bad stuff. Other than John Krasinski, nobody has ever gone profitable in news by reporting things are going well today, but they all focus on the cat caught in a tree. Cindy Cap says, here's a good spot to visit. Oh my gosh, that's where I am, on smashwords.com. Thank you, Cindy. Aw, you are so awesome. And a friend's dad had a wooden bat with the metal courses, Rick Bradley. It was painted pink and named Floyd. I love that bat. Pink Floyd. Oh, I get that. That's awesome, Rick. Scott Crocker, the fear of rejection from their brothers because they turn on other cops, this gang mentality, it's ridiculous. But if you want to hold up the law, that goes up for your fellow officers too. It's true of every profession, Skunk. And not to make this too political again, but again, it's the environment. Study Ferguson, Missouri. Their entire environment was pretty corrupt, and now they're having to do a house cleaning. And there's a lot of small town cops. I grew up in a small town. And so we had like one policeman who, wanted everyone to know he was John Law. He was the man, and he wasn't. But he just he liked to drive up and down the main drag at about, he would drive out of town to the nearest town from us. We drive from like Georgetown to Westville, for anyone who's familiar. And he'd frequently drive up. At the time, the speed limit was 55 along there, and he would drive deliberately at 40 miles an hour, and no one would pass him out of fear of, we all don't want to pass up a cop car because we think we're going to get pulled over. And so one day he did this, and I'm like, I'm not putting up this crap. Let's see what we can do. And so I pulled out, and you could see the horrified expressions of all the people I'm passing, but I passed him at 50 miles an hour, so he couldn't get me. Or at least not legitimately. And I had two witnesses in the car, and so I pass him, and he just looked at me like, "What?" And it's like it wasn't a funeral procession. He was just being an a-hole. And I passed him. I waved, hi, and just drove on at 5 miles below the speed limit. And once I was outside, I resumed 55 again. So anyway, and there too, I'm on Amazon.com. Please check out my work. I would love it if you did. I hope you enjoy it. I've got a lot of stuff. And Skunk Rocker, and if you see one acting a fool, do something about it. Don't just stand by and let them do it. Exactly. And many police departments have anonymous tip lines. You can. And right now is a really tough time to be an a-hole in any position of authority, because we've got these things called cell phones. And every one of them has a camera in it. And everyone is now a journalist. Anyway, Skunk Crocker, remember, one of the officers of the Rodney King beating didn't do anything, and he was still charged because he did nothing. Yeah, exactly. And that's part of the thing. And Cindy Cap says, join the post-birthday shenanigans for Amanda Tucker. I hope Amanda is recovering today, because she had so much fun. That cake looked amazing that she posted last night. I'm not big on people posting their food, but oh my God, that looked glorious. And I hope, Amanda Tucker, if you're watching, I'm sure Nick spoiled you. Lots of love, Amanda. Mwah. Hope you have a great week to come. Skunk Crocker, sorry gang, on a rant, Brian. I'm very passionate about that subject. I am too, Skunk, and I think we're both on the same page, man. We just want to see the right thing done. And sometimes it seems like it isn't. But I think if you have the right attitude, or maybe it's the right rose-colored glasses in my case, you'll see a lot. There's more right than wrong. All right. Cindy Cap says, useful instructions on how to face the evils of the world with bladed weaponry, from Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker. Looking forward to seeing you later in the week, brother. And Back of the Cereal Box. If you missed our Saturday morning Back of the Cereal Box broadcast, you missed one great time. We introduced the Ice Cream Queens, and it was truly a scream. Anyway, check it out. Back of the Cereal Box, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. It's a great show all the time. And check out all the other shows that John B. Pike is launching. I'm so proud of him. And Cindy Cap, check out Roll Roll Cruise's art at artstation.com. Roll Cruise is doing the artwork for Cindy Kep's book. And wow, it's like when I was envisioning that, I didn't quite see his kind of I could see a manga tinged quality to the art, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. And a lot to say good about him. And I respect Replete, though I also follow the adage, with great power comes great responsibility. I agree, Historical Fencing Guild. That's why, as broadcasters, we must do the same. And Cindy Cap to celebrate the successful completion of the Memoirs of an Angel Kickstarter with the Dastardly Dingoes. Reward yourself with some dingo today. Check out that great podcast. It is a lot of fun. Brian, Jeremy, and Chad do a super job on that. And so does John B. Pica with More Magical Fun on Amazon. Please check it out. And Cindy Cap also implores you to check out The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for all things Doctor Who on YouTube. Please subscribe to that channel. And also check out the show tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, where they're going to talk about the companions, but with a twist, because Christian's pretty twisted, as you no doubt know. And anyway, please check out that show. Involve yourself in the comments and hashtag become part of the legend. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I recently bought a bag of air. They were nice enough to throw in some chips for free. Wow. Holy cats. I got to get the address of that place. That is very awesome of them. Scott Cracker says, hey, Joe, did you see the thing where the two kids from Korea built a raft out of unopened chip bags? Wow. That sounds like a Mythbusters kind of thing, doesn't it? That's wild. Oh, that's great. And thank you to everyone who has liked and loved this broadcast. Thank you to Carol Cookie Morris. I love you, darling. Tyrone Tony Reed Jr.com. Check it out. Tony, glad. Thank you very much. Clyde Hall, good to see 1/4 of the Comic Book Spectrum podcast on this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. And to everyone who has liked us so far, and I can't see everyone: Nick Smith, Joe Dog McKeel, Kathy Jackson, mwah, Stephanie Downer Hayes, mwah, Pops Van Zandt, Dave Lenz, Chris Hutchings, glad to see you, mwah, Chris, and William Pace, and the eight more. Thank you very much for liking this. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please take a moment and smash that thumbs up button, please. And Cindy Cap, here's some cool stuff. That's Amy Hale, because Amy Hale's pretty cool stuff herself. Check her out on Thursday nights. Creative as Hale. She's got another great interview lined up this week. You will love it. You'll love her. We do. And you'll love Mr. Amy Hale, John. And smash the like and share. Thank you. Says Comics Talk with Pop Van Zandt. Let's get his numbers up too. And from the desk with small press publisher, Joe D. McPhee says, I'm on the fence with police. I had mentors that were officer, and I'm former military. I have experienced firsthand the good that police can do. However, the generation of the force is strange. Well, yeah, and you're out of the Chicago area, and they've got a history of strange. So, yeah. And again, I think it's the environment. Like I said, Ferguson in Missouri, it's like in the middle of town. It's an economically depressed neighborhood, but that subsection of St. Louis had basically its own little bubble. Okay. And the bad stuff was encouraged. The bad cops got in control, and they made sure that their end was protected. And after the murders a few years ago in Ferguson, people started shining a light on what was going on in there. And they're like, holy cats, we got to clean this up. And I understand that they are working on it. But it's an uphill battle sometimes. So, but yeah, I can see where some people are conflicted about this. But we got to celebrate the good ones. That's all there is to it, in my opinion. And Michaela Jade, check out that she's going to have the third part of her Warriors trilogy coming out soon, with more to come. Check it out. Check her out on Amazon. She is rising fast. And check out her show, Michaela Jade's Scribbles, Tidbits and Scribbles, every Friday night at 7 p.m. It's a fun show as always. And here you go, Teresa Dunn. She's got your poetry right there on Amazon. You want to check it out. And if you miss CromCon, check out the reruns on YouTube. Says Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com. Please sign up for her brand new newsletter. The last issue was fantastic, as always. And from the desk of a small press publisher, it's as if many of them don't understand the oath of to serve and protect despite their personal safety. That's what bothers me now about police. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I know that our police explained it to me that they have to look out for themselves first, because it's the same reason, like when you're aboard an airplane, the oxygen masks come down and they tell you, put yours on first before you help someone else, because you can't help someone else until you're safe. So, and also the thing is, if a patrolman isn't, keeping himself safe, let's say one of them is injured, then they have a chance to have their weaponry taken from them. And that is to be avoided at all costs. Could you imagine somebody with a police gun and a taser and a baton and a few rounds of ammunition? That's just misery waiting to happen. And then if you're still looking for some stuff, consider this loon. We love this loon. You are the best loon ever, Cindy Kep. Mwah. Check her out on Amazon. Check her out from bearpublications.com and just check her out at ckoepp.com. And I never thought I would see the day when I was scared defense be used for cases where it was obvious procedures were not followed. It's a matter of the job not suiting the person. Yeah, or like I said, sometimes the job can change a person, because you are seeing the worst of humanity or the people who are otherwise good but having the worst day of their lives and don't know how to handle it. Back in the cereal box says you should also be set up with Venmo. Oh, okay, yeah. I know that one. I barely have Facebook under control. Rather, I barely have YouTube under control. Now I've got another program. Anyway, Joe. And Skunk Rocker says, "Happy birthday, Amanda. We're only 24 hours apart from each other. I think that is beautiful. That is cool. I love it." And let's see. And we just had another comment dump. And here we go. Catching up. And here we go. But anyway, John, I will consider that. Thank you very much. And Joe Dog McKeel, I got in trouble for calling someone ugly on Facebook. I own a mirror. I was speaking from experience. I thought you were talking about me. My ears were burning. And not everyone can be police. Not like everyone can be military. That is very true. Not everyone can be police, because at one time they were a quartet, but their lead guitarist then wasn't working out because Andy Summers was just so great. So anyway, see, I can steer this back from politics. And Cindy Kemp says, Omaha QuadCon Comic and Toy Show, April 17th and 18th, and she'll be there with dragons, Martians, books, birds, and other cool stuff, along with many other fun folks with cool toys. Check out Cindy Kemp. You go, girl. Stay safe out there, though. And she's blushing. Ooh, I love making a lady blush. And less than 40 minutes and time to feed Cookie. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Why did Cindy have to mention donuts? Says Carl Witzman. Okay, sorry. Uncle Carl has to go eat now. See you all there. Carl, have a great day again. Good to see you as always. And donuts, says Joe Dog McKeel. I got my vaccine card. Krispy Kreme, here I come. Free donuts. Ooh, that's right. We don't have a Krispy Kreme outlet here. We've got it sold in the stores, but we don't, I'm sure I can't go into the local Kroger's and say, hey, I got my shot in this place. One of these donuts is free. And Cindy Kemp says, I don't want to be out of break, but I am. I'll catch up with you all later. And you all want to check out Patreon, where you can get advanced content reveals to support your favorite artistic sorts, including Cindy Kemp. Hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you, darling. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you again. And sign up for Rising Tides newsletter. Thank you 3 times, Cindy. Knock on the ceiling if you want me. Anyway, that's an old Dawn song. Anyway, the 3 times on the pipe means you don't want to go. But anyway, risingtide.pub, where you can sign up for my newsletter, and also check out ckoepp.com and sign up for Cindy's, because she's amazing. She is wonderful. And also check out Patreon. Like she said, we have many people, and we love them all, who are subscribing to my page, but they get stuff in return. It's like Kickstarter, but it's a monthly subscription. And we're adding content all the dang time. And we have a weekly blog that I'll be working on the next day or two, along with my newsletter. And only my Patreon subscribers get to see it. So please check us out. We think you'll enjoy it. And anyway, let's see, here we go. Okay, the Hysterical Fencing Guild. Amanda is watching, but last night she broke her phone. Oh, Amanda, I'm sorry. Oh, maybe you can plant it in under the rays of the full moon. It will heal again. But anyway, and let's see, I got a notice. I don't want to read it. Anyway, much sympathy. But Amanda, we love you, and we hope you have a great week. And Carol Cookie Morris, she says hashtag bring Cookie home. Yeah, but she's got Cookie, you've got a vested interest in this. So yeah, help me bring Cookie home. Go buy my books on Amazon. Molly Dale says, I think I'm getting closer to finding an illustrator for my dad's poems, which I'm turning into a children's book. Fingers crossed. If not, Molly, talk to Cindy Kep about Roll Cruise. He is really awesome. And for those of you who do StreamYard since back of the cereal box, they introduced a third-party app called Camo that allows you to use your iPhone high-density HD camera as your webcam. Also, that's great advice. Also, John, I don't know if you knew this, but also one of the things you can do through StreamYard is you can download your video and just your audio, like if you're doing a podcast. And you also now have the ability to download each visitor's channel for easy, or as far as audio. It comes out as an MP4. No, excuse me, MP3. Excuse me, MP4 is video, but they give it to you HD 1080 video. Files are huge. Anyway, you can get your audio files either as a single file, a mono file, or each guest gets their own audio track. For instance, if I downloaded the one for back of the not back of the cereal box. That's not my show. It's John's. I'm projecting again. But anyway, I'm so jealous. But anyway, for comic book Spectrum last week, we had 4 people on the screen, and so I downloaded it so all 4 of us have our own audio stream should I want to edit it. And so there's one channel for Brian, one channel for the other Brian. I'm the other Brian. One channel for Eric, one channel for Clyde. And I could edit each of them individually now if I wanted to. So anyway, that's another thing StreamYard is doing. That's just with the pay version. And also check out, those of you who don't know, Joe Dog McKeel turned me onto this Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. StreamYard's creators get on the air and answer your questions about StreamYard and take requests. I'm still holding out for the ability to move videos and graphics with a click of a button, drag and click, rather than if I want to rearrange them as it is right now, I'd have to delete them and then reload them in the order I want. I've got just some minor tweaks to do now that I'm independent, but I'm waiting. But anyway, StreamYard, I cannot recommend it enough. But thank you for that, Camo. I will have to look into that, although I don't have an iPhone. And George Sarah, good to see you, my brother. Good morning. Thank you, Amy Hale, for letting me repurpose the audio from the episode of Creative as Hale where I was the guest. Yes, check out that show. That was George, as always, was awesome. And George, I gotta talk. I gotta see about getting you on my stuff, man. I want in on the fun of you. Anyway, Bill Sargent says, great show as always. Thank you, Bill, as always. And got to get going. Getting my second Pfizer shot today, and other fun things that need to be done. Via con Dios amigos. Happy trails to you, my friend Bill. Good luck with the shot, and way to go. Skunk Cracker says, I didn't know that Miss Amanda had a birthday. Nick, why wasn't I notified? And let's see, another comment dump, and again, happy birthday, Amanda. Come to think of it, theoretically, we're only seconds apart from each other, but And thank you, Brian K. Morris, says Amanda Tockard, and Cindy Kep. I had a fantastic day. Well, good. I hope it continues to today too. And happy birthday, Skunk. Make sure you set your phone down before you celebrate, unless an upgrade is part of your present plan. So Amanda's getting a new phone for her birthday, it sounds like. Good for you, Amanda. Hey, guys, check out a site called ting.com, ting.com. That's who we use for our phone, and we've bought our last 3 or 4 phones. Each of us have bought our last 3 or 4 phones from Ting, and you get new phones at a substantial discount, and you get older phones for real cheap. Okay, and they have subscription plans, and they have outright buys. So check it out, ting.com, and I can give you a code that I get a little something for it if you sign up for their phone service too. And Brian, thanks for all you do. Thank you, Ted Davies, for all you do, brother. And everyone, much success, and make the day great for someone. Ted, you make mine great every day. Also, congratulations again for passing 200 subs. Let's go for 3. Come on. Come on, catch up with me. Pass me up, I implore you. But anyway, check out Ted Davies tomorrow at 10 a.m. TED Talks. And when TED Talks, people listen. And also, in fact, here we go. This is verifying it. When TED Talks, people listen every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Also, check out Drinking with the Davies Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, with Ted and his charming and delightful and lovely wife, Chrissy. It's a great show. I love that show. And this week, they are going to investigate the joys of the drink Tom Collins. So anyway, please check it out. And let's see, here we go. And anyway, Ted, have a great day, brother. Appreciate you. And Skunk Rocker, I'm resisting the urge to comment more about the police. Instead, I recommend that everyone go to YouTube and look up Scrubhouse Video Club by all means. And please, when you go there, please like it. Like the video you see, please subscribe to the channel because it does help Skunk a lot, and we love Skunk. We love our skunks. And also, please ring the bell so you get notified of all new content. Please check. It's a great. If you like B movies, you will love that YouTube channel. And this week on Comic Book Spectrum, I'll be reviewing the Blood Realm series from Alterna Comics, says Brian Rodman. My goodness, what an amazing dark fantasy series! And it's Alterna, so you know the price is right. I can't wait to show this series off. Go to your local comic shop or head over to alternacomics.com and pick it up. Definitely. I haven't decided what I'm gonna see what I pick up on Wednesday. But if I don't see anything that thrills me, I'm probably gonna do Action Comics because I did like it, and it's part of what is part of the some of the DC comics are having like 8-page stories in the back, like kind of like the DC explosion. Of course, you know what happened afterwards, right? But and this one had, like, the Superman had a Tales of Metropolis that was really good, and this one has Midnighter from the Authority. And I'm hearing that the Authority may be coming back to DC Comics, and Grant Morrison may be back writing it. That will be fun. If you like The Boys, you will enjoy The Authority. And Scott Cracker says the latest episode was me spending an entire hour talking about my favorite movie, and I didn't even talk about everything I could have because there is so much. So if you're a fan of the late 80s horror films, definitely check out the Scrubhouse Video Club from last night and listen to me wax poetic about A Nightmare on Elm Street 5. That was a good movie. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I think Freddy Krueger's probably one of my favorite monsters from that era of film. And Rick Bradley, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, Rick. Have a great day. And I am going to have a great day because I see the wonderful Willow Schuyler. Mwah. Good morning, friends. I hope your Monday is as sweet as those Easter peeps. That's right. We're coming up on Easter this week. Holy cats. Thank you for reminding me, Willow. I never know what day it is anymore. But anyway, please check out Willow's Pillow Talk, a great talk show with the amazing Willow Schuyler. And thank you, as always, for all you do for us here at the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And thank you to everyone at the Hanging with Web Show Network for letting this lovely lady do so. We hope you're having a good day. And you're on, Brian, anytime. George Terrell, I'm gonna talk to you, sir. I'm gonna talk to you. And Will Schuyler, morning everyone off to Facebook. Morning everyone on Facebook land. Well, Facebook loves you, so does YouTube, and so do I. Brian Robin says, Brian, thank you for all the kind words and the wisdom about the good and the bad regarding officers. You got it right, my friend. Love you. Love you right back, brother. Seriously. Go feed Cookie and have a great day. Will do. Looking forward to Clever Title Pending tonight with John Celestri. Bring Cookie home. Thank you very much, Brian. And definitely, all the love in the world goes to you this day, my man. And also, yes, thank you. Please check out tonight's special Clever Title Pending with illustrator and former animator John Celestri, who's had an amazing, illustrious career. Go to his Internet Movie Database page and check him out and grill him. I would grill him for an hour just on what he did for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And Joe Dog McKeel just got word Texas event is scrubbed until tomorrow. Okay, so never mind. Okay, thanks, Joe Dog, for the update. Back in the Zero Box says, this is cool news. Our new spinoff show, Cryptid Crunch, has not even aired yet, and we have already been contacted to include merchandise in the monthly Cryptid Crate subscription box. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. I need a sweetheart deal like that. And we'll have to tune into that conversation about Elm Street number 5, says George Sarah. The whole series deserves more attention. I agree. And something else, I think it only lasted like 2 seasons, but there was a Nightmare on Elm Street TV series that was really good. I like the stories, but the first one, I think I've still got on video in the basement somewhere. but it starred Robert Englund, and it was the origin of Freddy Krueger. He played Freddy before the fire. It was a terrific episode, and of course, Robert Englund was amazing as always. And speaking of amazing, we have caught up with your comments. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Hey, do you want some Rising Tide merch? Well, of course you do. Go to this bit.ly address here and look for Rising Merch. And we also have it in the comments above us if you're watching on Facebook, below us if you're watching on YouTube. Please check out our stuff. We've got breathing masks. We've got coffee cups in 4 delicious colors. This one got some coffee spilled on the front. That's how desperate we are for caffeine. And anyway, it makes your coffee taste better. And when TED Talks people listen, so tune in every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network on Facebook and on YouTube. And become creative as Hale with author Amy Hale and her husband John every Thursday at 8 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And it's Stupid O'Clock with Joe Dog McKeel and his groovy friends like the Skunk Rocker every Thursday at 9 p.m. and Saturdays at 11 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And I'm proud of this copy here. Enjoy fine living on a rummage sale budget. Imbibe deliciously with Ted and Chris on Drinking with the Davies every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Then turn up the heat with Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Network. Stand by Nicholas Tockard. You're going to get some love. Weapons, wit, and what energy Nick Tockard has. Join him on the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network on YouTube. Check him out. Always a good time. And Chaos Comics and Sass. I just missed this episode last night. Darn it, I'm going to watch it today. Comics, Chaos, and Sass. Heather Allen has that and more. Positivity and promotion abound every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And now here's the newest gem in the crown of the network. Do you love comic books? So do we. Join the fun on Comic Book Spectrum for reviews and great comic conversation on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And that's our promotion. Thank you for listening to that. And let's see here. And yes, and George says, yes, Freddy's Nightmares. That was the name of the show. I really enjoyed that show. That was really good. And it showed that they could do, since it was a syndicated show, they could do good, scary stuff without all the gore. It was really quite well written. And don't forget about the NES game for Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, yeah. And Jeffrey Hayes, good to see you. Good morning, all. Late but here. Have a great Monday. And check out plasmafiregraphics.com. We're going to run their spot at the end of the show. Jeffrey, I hope you came through it all right. Please send me I had a reaction. Please send me a PM and let me know you're okay. Okay. George Sarah says, after that anthology series ended, most of the crew members and producers went on to make Tales from the Crypt on HBO. I spoke with producer Gilbert Adler about both shows on my podcast. So check out George's podcast. Put in a link to your podcast, George, so that people will go tune it in, hopefully. And from the desk of a small press publisher, less than 12 minutes to time to feed Cookie. I'm almost there. And with that, we're caught up. Thank you, everyone, for cooperating. Cookie thanks you, too. Her tummy will thank you as well in a few minutes. But anyway, and I'll thank you because we got all kinds of great stuff coming up in the next couple of days. Well, actually, all week from the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Tonight, we have a special episode of Clever Title pending at 8 p.m. I don't know why I keep saying 6. I think that's for Christians infected me somehow. I need shots for it. But anyway, tonight at 8 p.m., John Celestri, fantastic animator, raconteur, and currently producing his own comic book. And it's The Bloodwing Angel. Check it out on Kickstarter. It's in the last day or so of funding. Check it out. It's amazing. Do a search for John Celestri, Celestri, and check out his Facebook page and all the cool stuff he does. And anyway, he will be on tonight at 8 p.m. Please bring your question because this man's had a hell of a career, and this is your opportunity to grill him about it. Seriously. If not, I've got enough questions to keep us going, but we'd love to hear yours. They're even better. And tomorrow night, tomorrow, actually, we've got a whole day of great stuff. It starts at 10 a.m. with TED Talks, and he's going to be talking to he's going to have another great interview. He's a fantastic interviewer, very, very intelligent conversation going on there. And then at 8 p.m., we've got Clever Tile Pending with Joe D. McPhee from the desk of a small press publisher. I love talking to this guy, and he's got a lot of things to say. We've got a couple topics we're going to try to cover. So please check it out tomorrow if you would at 8 p.m. And also at 6 p.m., Christian Basil has the always amazing Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, where he's going to talk about the Doctor's companions, but with a little twist he won't let us know about. So you got to tune in to find out what that is. And then Wednesday morning, we'll be back with another Nevermind the Furthermore. In fact, what you can do, and we'll see. Oh, sure thing. Go to he'sgotit.com/podcast. Apple users, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts. That's George Seurat. Check out his amazing interviews on that podcast there. And later, everyone, mwah, Carly, love you. Hope you have a great day, sweetheart. And back in the barrel box, not feeling well at all. Well, John, you go lie down. You take care of yourself, man. You've had a bad time this last year. So anyway, speaking of the Rising Tide broadcast, and hopefully John will recover quickly when he hears this good news. We've got you covered 7 days of the week with the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Positivity, promotion, information, and mostly entertainment. That's what we're here for. We're not here to preach. We don't preach. We're here to educate you. So anyway, no, we aren't. We're just here to have fun, just like the girls. But anyway, we've got you covered 7 days a week with all kinds of great content. Please check it out. Take a screen capture of this schedule here and enjoy the shows we got. We think you will. And please, when you're on Facebook, please like the page you're watching it on, and please subscribe. Also, please subscribe to our channels on YouTube, particularly mine, because I want to stay ahead of everyone. And also, please check out www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for a small monthly investment. Even as low as $1, you get something for it. You get mentioned, for instance. Look at these happy people. They get mentioned on this show, and now they're immortal. And now you could be too for just $1 a month. Also, you get to see our weekly blog. Every blog should have a name. And if you do the $5 route, which is only $60 a year, and which goes towards our broadcast operations and our promotion and our printing escapades. And we got some cool stuff. Anyway, you get a peek at Works in Progress, which is currently, I think next one is chapter 12. I may do chapter 12 this week of The Terrors, which has gotten some really good reception so far. So please check it out. Just a small monthly investment. And these people on here also have Patreons. Check them out as well if you would. We'd appreciate that. And we thank you very much for being here. Yes, we made a graphic. So that's what we got there. The Rising Tide Broadcast Network and the Rising Tide Publications. So everyone, please, thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed the show at all, if you're watching on Facebook, please like the video, because it does help and it means a lot to us. It lets us know that we're doing it right, and we use it it encourages us to keep doing what we're doing. It does help. And also, please like the page you're watching it on. Whether it's Kathy Jackson's books, Rising Tide Publications page, or the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page. Give the page itself a like, because it helps in the algorithms. It helps it get more discovery. So if you have a promotion, your message goes out to more people. Capiche? Also, advertising opportunities are available on this and many of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network shows. Contact the host and see what we can do for you. Rates will vary with show. Mine are very affordable, but they may be going up soon. Because we can justify it. But no, please check us out. Just in all seriousness, please check us out. Also, please give some love to Indie Volt Revolt. They need some more backers. They're looking for backers, and just $1 will make you happy. They have like 13 more backers, and they will reach their next stretch goal, which will include a brand new book story by Randy Zimmerman. This book is about 40 pages thick so far, which is pretty good. That's about 8 pages more than a standard Marvel or DC comic. And when they reach certain levels of backers, not just money, but backers, they're going to add more story to the book. So that's a great incentive right there. So please check it out. Also, please check out, we're going to run some ads from some people. Please sample their wares and give them some love if you would. And as always, we want to thank the Plasma Fire Graphics. Great great, talented man, Jeffrey Hayes. Hope you're feeling well this morning, brother. After your shot. But anyway, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you because it matters to your readers. That's the thing that can change the cover itself can change a looker to a buyer. And you want buyers. And Jeffrey Hayes can help you do that. He just sent me some artwork this morning. I'm like, amazed by it. You will be amazed too. He also does promotional graphics and book trailers. You're going to see a number of them following this show. So check out what Jeffrey Hayes can do for you at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also give their Facebook page some love. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Also thank you to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for your inspiration and ongoing encouragement so that we can do what we do. And as always, like I said, please like, share this video, and subscribe to the page you're watching it on, especially on YouTube, because we want to hit 500 as soon as possible. Actually, we'd like to hit 1,000 because then we can do a lot more for the people who are on this show in a lot of ways. So it's very rising tide. We're not looking to get rich on it, barely. So please check it out. And don't forget, this show is on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, part of the Rising Tide broadcast. So please check it out. Yeah, I made that. I made that myself. It's the best I could do. Sorry. So anyway, please check out what we do here at the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And thank you all for your ongoing support. We hope you have a great Monday. Make it great for someone else. And please check out tonight's clever title pending with John Celestri and myself. We think you're going to enjoy it. And as always, folks, we implore you, now it's more important than ever to stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. That's just what you are. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore. Take care.
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelors Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelors Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, IndieVolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.